Hi, welcome to episode 16 of our playthrough with Empyrion. So where we are is, last episode we were in Simos and we were mining gold. Now I ended up hitting 4 gold mines, and if we just look at our inventory, we ended up picking up 1,000 gold ore. I also went to our T3 miners there and picked up the arrestrum and copper that was sitting in them, so we got this too. Now one other thing I did is exactly the same as we did before in a previous episode. I just hit up one Zascosium mine. Got 511 Zascosium out of it because we were running low. So we can place those ores in here now. And remembering why we needed the gold, we needed 4 small optronic bridges. So we can get that going. 1, 2, 3, 4. But while we're here, that has to convert the gold into gold ingots. So we can just do that manually over here, just to speed things up. It should do it. Oh, that's already working on hydrogen for our fuel needs in the future. Alright, we'll leave that running. Now what else? If we just look at the goods that we have, we're pretty low on copper, iron, very low on neo. Zascosium, that'll kick up once we process this ore here, but we need a source of these ores. Now we've got that T3 miner on Simos kicking out more copper than we'll ever need, but our need is we're going to need a regular source of all of the rest. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to do exactly the same that we did with Simos, and that is head to, if we just go M and planet, we're going to head to Sienna because there are some large mines there where we can place down a bunch of T3 miners and get some of the other ores incoming. Now another thing we did in a previous video is that we placed a bunch of T1 miners around the place here, here, here. Now on reflection, I don't think that was really worth it. We should have just waited and made the T3 miners when we could, because we didn't really get a lot out of it, so I think that was maybe a bit of a waste of time. We did have 2 T3 miners up on some promethium up here, but when we got to them that was mined out because the promethium mines do deplete. Nothing else seems to, but the promethium does. So we picked up these 2 T3 miners. I put one on here because that's going to meet all of our carbon substrate needs, because it's a large mine. That'll do just fine. There was another promethium mine here, just here. So I put the other T3 on there, so next time we go to that one should also be mined out. But that meant that we got a bunch of promethium. I can't remember how much, I think it was about 300, total of about 320. But I turned that into promethium pellets and put it in here, and then got the fusion cells going in here. So we were able to make, if we just go back to our inventory again, we were able to make 200 odd fusion cells, because we already had the hydrogen from the water outside, and that promethium allowed us to make the fusion cells. So we'll keep that going. In future we'll probably just buy the promethium, because last episode, remember, we got our trading game going on Simos, and we'll have to make periodic returns, sell off platinum bars, and probably buy our promethium there. Be an easier way to get it. But we're going to head off to Sienna, and we're going to place down a base and do exactly the same we did at Simos. And in preparation for that, once we place down the base in Sienna, we're going to need the teleporter set up so we can get backwards and forwards. So here are the 3 auto-mining devices. I deconstructed those tier 1s that we had and made tier 3s. And that, I found out that was really heavy on Zascosium. We were up at about 1,000 here, now we're down to 500. But anyway, this ore, yeah, we should get that lined up actually, shouldn't we? So that's more than we can make. What else is down there? So there's some arrestrum. So that's the gold, arrestrum, and some copper. So that will all be converted when we get back. Which brings to mind actually another thing we are going to want to do, because we had to manually set those ores to go into ingots, and one thing we can do, I think it's in base, we could put a furnace down So let's just unlock that now. But if we put a furnace down, what a furnace does, it automatically converts all of the ores into ingots, and we haven't got to manually do it, so it might be worth doing that in the future. So I'll probably do that next episode. But this one, we are going to head off to Sienna. And once again, we've made all the preparation that we need. We've got all of the things that we need to get a teleporter in place once we get there. Hopefully it'll be close to the equator and we can run it on solar panels. A couple of odds and ends here. And I've also got the normal additions that we stick onto an SV, minigun turrets and thrusters, because we're going to want another SV there, and in preparation for that I made those too. So if we go into F2, here's our Blue Moon base ready to spawn in once we get there, and a Polaris scout ready to spawn in once we get there. So all we have to do is take a snack. Hamburger would do. I'll take a couple with me. And I think that's it. That's everything that we're going to need. So let's head off to Sienna. Just got into orbit, so usual routine, stop the ship. Ping to make sure there's nothing around. Sometimes there is. Friendlies, friendlies, friendlies. Yellow, I think that's pirates, so we're good. Okay, let's just get out and quickly F4, stick on our warp drive. That'll do. M, solar system, Sienna, lock target. Look for the yellow arrow. Damage comm section. Right there. Head towards it and OK button. Usual routine, ping, make sure there's nothing nasty around. That's a friendly, we're good. Out the ship, pick up the warp drive because that slows us down. And off to Sienna, and see you when we get there. And here we are in Sienna. I've stopped the ship and we can now ping to see where we are. We're 956 meters off the ground, so we're out of range of anything that's liable to shoot at us. We just go M. Now normally when arriving at, it's a large planet, so it would take quite a bit of time to fly around. So normally we would just do the grid by grid, search, uncover everything, find out what everything is. But just for the sake of this video again, I'm going to go console and map, just to open everything up, and then M again. Oops. Not there. So this tells us where everything is and where we might want to investigate. So just looking around, we've got these aren't particularly useful places. They do have a trader or two, but it's generally just plants and medicines. So it's not anything we're particularly interested in. Let's just have a look at a list of everything that's here. Game console ints all. So what are we interested in here? Well, firstly, we're not going to touch anything Xerax because we don't have the machinery for it. A lot of this is to do with the storyline, so it's not something we would attack here if we intended to do the storyline at some point, because we don't want to destroy parts that might interrupt the story. Now this is of potential interest. I think there are traders here. I don't know about this one. Base HQ, I know there's a trader at that one. So what we want to do is we want to look at this one, the Ikora Base HQ. Can't think of any reason to visit the settlements. But there are a few POIs we also might be interested in here. The submerged tank, for example. And there is the guy that's going to one-shot us out the sky. So we need to be careful we don't run into him. So let's do that. Let's go and investigate the outpost Decora, Moon Outpost, and also the base HQ. So I'll find them and I'll be back once we are close to them. We're just coming in on a Polaris settlement now. And if we just go M for map, this one caught my eye because if you look at the ores around here, you've got a very large titanium deposit right next door. So we could put an autominer there. You've got 3 promethium deposits here. There's another titanium deposit here, very large, although that's 1 more than we need. That's 2 more than we need. So that's our titanium needs, and it's also very, very close to the base. So if we pop in to pick up what's in the autominers, it wouldn't take long. So here's a Neo. It's only medium, but again, it's very close because this is a large planet. It takes quite a while to fly around. And there's a medium silicon. So if we placed our 3 miners on here, then we could pop in and just pick up what's in them very quickly and easily in future. So I think that's what we're going to do. So firstly, I'm just going to go place the autominers. That's a friendly drone. So the first one is off to our right, that's the closest. Yes, 600 meters, that's not far at all. Now these things here, the Crash Titan rear, that's all to do with the story mode. And we'll be back here later as well, so it's another reason we might want to be here. Although I guess for the story mode it doesn't really matter where we are. So no nasties around, let's get out. So this will last a long time. It'll fill up long before that's out, but that's 400 per hour, so that's our titanium needs met for the rest of the game. Now, Neo. So medium is best we can get, let's go. Coming in on the Neo mine. What have we got? 225 per hour there. Next, careful of some of these drones, that's an enemy. Silicon. So not ideal medium-sized mines, but it'll do. Because they're all close and they're easy pickups, that's the main thing. Because being a large planet, as mentioned, it can be quite a hike getting around here. Check that we're not close to one of their drones. I think we're good. $225 an hour. Okay, let's go put down a base. Now I did look at the other bases and just going ents all again. The colonist bases here, this one has a trader that will take platinum bars and volume. This one also has a trader that will take platinum bars and volume, as does this one. So any of these 3 would be really, really good for offloading platinum bars. We can make money very, very quickly. Firstly, by making them, by buying the ore in Simos, converting it. So what I'm guessing is that we'll stick with this base for now, just for the ores. And we'll come back with another T3 miner to get this very large cobalt deposit here. So that will be most of our ores taken care of. But for trading purposes, we may want to place a small base down here with a teleporter link, just so that we can teleport in, trade, get rid of some platinum bars, and then get out again. So I'm guessing that's what we would do in the future. But in the meantime, I'm going to get a base down, get all of the usual things added to it, so that we can teleport in and out. And I'll do that off camera, because it's pretty much what we've done before. So I'm going to end the episode here, and thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye.